Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
That needs a thorough exploration.
Wow, these systems all, like don't have limits. Because the scanners are assholes.
Because it's smaller and harder to detect. Yeah, but it's tiny. A lot less stuff to actually scan.
Oh.
Like stubbed my toe against like a bar. That fucking hurt.
Wait, that was you?
Shut up.
I totally thought it did too, and I thought,
What?
like, that's better than okay from what it sounded like.
What? No, I was talking to my husband.
Oh no, I missed that too. Oh, bless you.
I thought it was like a horny noise, like a.
No.
What? Maybe I tried to copy paste stuff and pressed weird buttons, so maybe something.
No, it wasn't you. It was fucking Mike stubbing his toe.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop
Oh
disengaged.
god damn it.
You're streaming.
He's been streaming.
You have a link.
Yeah, it's in this just.
I'm actually about to. No, because I just got out of the shower.
Ouch.
Fuck you.
Why?
Oh, I have a toenail that's kind of like digging into my skin, so my fucking toe is really sensitive, and that like brought a tear to my eye whenever I did that.
So maybe you should cut that ingrown toenail out.
I have.
Well, you didn't get it all, it still hurts.
I have
I know.
subscribed.
And when Biped says that you should really get that out, you should really get that out.
Well, no, I've actually had the exact same thing, and if you leave it, it'll end up getting infected, and then it's way worse than if you just fucking dug at it in the first place.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I've already dug it out, and that's why it hurt. Like it's like a throbbing pain in my toe right now. So yeah.
I never really watched the live streaming thing on YouTube. I'm really confused about the website. They have that on Twitch as well, I saw, so I'm used to it by now.
This is the real Call of Duty. Hell yeah, Call of Duty. Like, I kind of want to torrent Call of Duty 1 right now and just stream that for nostalgia because I remember playing it as a kid. Oh, it's such a good game. Oh my god, it's an eye-opening experience. It was one of my first experiences into the multiplayer world. And it was on my dad's computer. It's a fun game.
I can see I'm the only one watching. Doesn't have like a chat room like Twitch and stuff like that?
I kind of want to stream the original XCOM.
Oh yeah, much better.
XCOM 2 is a hard game. I mean, the tactical parts are easy, but like resource management and all that jazz has become so much harder.
That's a really wrong, I guess. Smiley.
User disconnected from your channel.
What happened? Why did Astro leave? Oh, there she is.
User joined your channel.
Welcome
Hello,
back.
Yissa.
Wrong button.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, that moment when you issue 3 commands to your computer and then yell at your computer to talk through the command and then you realize you don't actually have voice attack running.
Oh dear. Oh no.
So, what command
Who's he
was
speaking
that?
to?
Did you try to launch a heatsink?
No, I was just trying to jump. Pull and jump.
Fuel scooping.
That's what I always end up saying, and I still end up looking through the icy bodies.
Every little rock.
Frameshift drive charging.
It needs to be looked at. It
The
needs to be
loneliest
looked at.
rock
Yes.
that you'll ever do.
Well, I wouldn't say I was like OCD by any stretch of the imagination, but if I warp into a system
3,
and there is a planet that is just dying to be looked at, it says, come do it, come look at me.
Come do me.
Exactly, let me show you round behind.
That sounds
But, and I
very
feel,
good.
and I feel like quite empty if I
fuel
don't
scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
have a look.
Well, I
Frameshift
consider you
drive
lucky because
charging.
the stars always tell me, hey, do you want some fuel? Because we don't have any. You don't get fuel. Here, let me suck you in. Let me give you a big hug. Let me kill you.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And tell me to fuck off and try to hook me to death.
I'm all for that, but I'm
Do you want to some
paranoid that I'm going to
You don't get
miss.
gasoline. Terrible, man.
Fuel scooping.
Something vital. I'm going to
Fuel
overlook
scoop
something
disengaged.
vital. Like Thargoid HQ, it's going to be, you know, on some planet that's going to be too hot for humans. And I'm going to sail right past, miss it.
You'll notice space stations and space activity. Your sensors, remember, are pretty good at establishing
Frameshift
where their
drive
contacts
charging.
are.
Creepiest
Yes.
shit ever.
That's true, but then we're basing it on what we know, whereas they're a completely different alien life form with different technology. So
Yes,
perhaps they
there
are
will still be heat signatures.
1.
Organic ships actually, but it won't be a heat signature.
There
That's
will
why
be a
I've always got
signature.
to look around the dark side of planets, looking for signs of light, and just in case I overlook something. Been quite obsessive, isn't it? This game.
Nah, I think it's regularly obsessed.
But yeah, that video, no, never again. Spooky, scary, scary. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, you can always politely say it's only first discovered to the first one that cashes it in.
I got a pretty impressive view of the galaxy right now. Y'all
What are you
sent me a
seeing?
request. I see the Milky Way, man. I mean, if you send me a friend request, you could see how high up I am.
Oh my god, fuck that.
Yeah, it's just so. Same as TeamSpeak.
That moment whenever you replace a fucking candy apple with a candy onion.
Ugh.
That's spectacular.
Okay.
I mean, onions are good, but
No, it's
Candy.
not as a good eating thing. It's like a Halloween, ha ha ha, got you thing.
no, I'm just saying that candied onions sound particularly horrible.
Never had that pleasure.
It's not a
I don't
fun
think I
Good.
want that pleasure.
It's a prank. You get a whole tray, half of them are candied onions, half of them are candied apples. You hand them out to your friends, you watch them bite into it. The candy apple sticks the onion to their mouth, they can't get it out. Ha ha ha, got you. Trick or treat, tricked you.
Oh, I say you do take Halloween rather serious, don't you? Well, not since the E.T. film came out.
Pucker?
Yep.
Wow. Huh.
There's a guy about a block away from me who every year has added on a pumpkin for each of his two kids, and his kids are now 26 and 31 or something like that. So he carves like 100 and some odd pumpkins every year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's dedication. And like when I mean carve, I mean like this guy is a fucking pro at carving. He does all like the shadowing and shit in them. Yeah. Well, and that's per year.
Now this is fucked. That's so fucked up.
Is this another one of these videos with a fucking screaming SpongeBob? Because that was really annoying.
Oh!
And you all should feel bad for laughing.
Who misses Kurt Cobain?
I'm not
Be
that
honest.
old.
I'm not that old.
Who misses the old Kurt Cobain?
I never got him on the first time round. Teen angst. Never quite understood it.
Meh.
I must admit, this trip had become a lot more fun since I joined TeamSpeak.
Oh yeah.
TeamSpeak's the most active group. Me, Biped are in here every day. Just about 24/7. Well, I have been in here 24/7. I don't know about any of the other scrubs.
I've
That's the
been
only
in here
reason
almost
why I
every day.
undertook this exploration section, because I was dreading it, absolutely dreading it. But now that we're in the wing of, you know, of potentially 1,000 people, it's making it bearable. Yeah,
No, it just
yeah.
makes it too slow. Because imagine this, we would have been already there. No, we.
Yeah, but see, that's where in a game you're supposed to hook up with a group in one of the private factions, the Mobius group, whatever, and then you get a TeamSpeak that you just hang out with people while you're exploring.
I found a water world. I found a water world. Yeah.
Well, la-di-da.
Finally, you found a douche as big as you.
I found a dick as big as mine. Hooray!
Yeah, there's a fucking cure for the Zika virus.
Finally, someone to play sword fights with.
What's that now? Zika virus?
Yeah, cure from India.
You're in India?
I got this brilliant idea today, and I already start doing it. I was watching a TED Talk earlier today, and it was this dude who a couple of years ago decided suddenly to answer on those spam mails. And I have this crazy conversation with this dude trying to scam him, of course, and he, makes him do or say weird stuff in the sense of, he said, "Oh, I'm worried about security. Let's use some code names," and very funny code names like Gummy Bear and stuff like that. And then in the end, he has to write. The scammer has to write them in some, like, transfer money to this and this, and it ends up being a very funny sentence of the code stuff, and it's hilarious. So I have set up an email address, and I think I'm gonna have entertaining conversations with people that try to scam. I think it could be fun, and then just collecting a lot of funny conversations and emails, and maybe set up a website with it and stuff like that.
The funniest thing I've ever done to a live telemarketer was tell them that they had actually just called a crime scene. That always goes great. They always like choke up. They're like, "Oh my fucking god, I'm so sorry," and then I just tell them, "Yeah, I'm totally fucking with you. Don't call me back."
You know
Or
what
you
works
could just
even
say
better than that
911.
I've
What's
done a
your
couple
emergency?
Sex?
No, when you see a telemarketer calling because it's an unknown number or whatever, just answer whatever your local dispatch of police is. I guarantee they won't call back. Or another really fun one is those people who want to like do a survey with you. Let them ask a couple questions and then start asking them questions and see how much of a survey you can get on that.
I just have developed a phobia for answering my phone. If I don't know the number, I'm not answering.
I haven't had a real phone call in like 5 weeks. So.
Hey, same here. My phone decided to turn off, and I just haven't decided to plug it in.
TeamSpeak is my phone, and it's free.
Your live stream is a bit laggy or like happering. I don't know how to.
Biped, you'll appreciate that.
Oh my god. Yes.
I've done it.
Yes. Dude, we need more milk like that. Does the biped agree?
So no.
How far am I from this star? 9.97 light seconds. That's actually quite a big star.
And back to the telemarketer thing for a second, the funniest thing I think I've ever heard somebody doing to a telemarketer is they called up, I believe it was AT&T or Sprint in the States, and they were basically on hold long enough that they ended up calling on a second line, getting the person to add the woman that he was talking to on the first line as a contact so they could actually talk about the account, and then proceeded to put the two different people from the same company onto the phone with each other so they could talk about his account.
Wait,
Oh,
so
that's
what
funny.
happened?
They catch on to it in about 5 minutes and get really pissed off at you.
Alright, I need to do this.
Yeah, but that's their own fault for like.
Well, the funniest part was the people that he got to do it both had really, really thick accents and couldn't understand each other, and it's like, that's what you get. Total fucking revenge.
Can you send me the link?
I'll look around for it. I don't have it off the top of my head. It was something I seen a while back.
Yeah, that sounds hilarious. I love prank phone calls.
My husband, he used to do like a sort of internship at a local radio station, and he had like this personality who you make prank calls with, and he managed to convince this girl that she had to pay inflation on some cinema tickets of a movie she has watched, like the Titanic, a couple of times, and that she had to owe them some money and stuff like that.
Here's rule number 1: always know your dealer.
You never want to get a bad, you know, dose of weed or anything.
Or get ripped
bad.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'll sell you this $10 worth of weed. That's really oregano.
Do you have like a head tracking thing?
The only reason why I'd ever buy weed is to prank somebody.
Why?
User left your
Laces their
channel.
brownies with weed.
That's not nice, dude. For me, it was welding class, but yes.
Well, we were quite lucky. We went straight onto mushrooms in our school. Right. Oh, we used to go out for the whole weekend.
And did the mushrooms invoke pretty colors?
It was an absolutely mind-bending trip. It really was.
Yeah.
I've never tried that.
Yep.
Too bad that you can't really trip like that anymore.
Aww. Please tell
And
me
come
this
to
is a
Brighton.
joke.
It's on every street corner. You name it, we've got it. No, not really. You can dip your little toe in, or you can go for the full plunge. Entirely up to you. Absolutely.
This pisses me off. Here, I know you guys have at least somebody here has seen the videos of the girl with the the autistic girl whose dog like saved her from a mental breakdown.
No.
Oh.
No.
Basically, she's been shot dead by police. Yeah, after a suicide call. Like she was, and so instead of, you know, stopping her from committing suicide, they killed her for her. That's fucked. That happens a lot here in America for some reason.
Yeah,
You
America's
guys
a
should get
fucked up
gun
place.
control, to be honest.
Yeah, it's the cops that are shooting people, though. That's the problem.
That's the
Yeah,
problem, is that it doesn't stop. Look at Chicago. Has
the
it
cops are
solved
trigger happy
anything?
as fuck.
No.
No, this lady, she had a knife. She was going to commit suicide, and they shot her instead of, tasing her.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
Oh, the
that's
dog.
American police mentality right there. Shoot them, don't tase them.
There should be stricter regulations with,
Well, look at it this way: a cop can, murder a family of 3, and be, just he gets a little slap on the wrist. A guy goes and murders a family of 3. He gets life and no probation, no nothing. What the fuck's up with that? That really pisses me off. People can, go rape and murder, and a cop can go do the same thing, and he'll go get a slap on the fucking wrist. It's sick, it's disgusting, and I hate it.
And that's not even the bad part.
Yeah, and they get paid for it too. They get paid leave, so they're still on the clock. Ugh.
I'm not one for taking away the guns because it's gonna make things worse. If you look at Chicago's, guns are banned in Chicago, but that doesn't stop people from killing each other
Well, yeah,
with
but
guns.
all the
Well, I
law-abiding
didn't know
law-abiding
that.
citizens don't have guns. Think about that.
Law-abiding citizens don't have guns, and
In Chicago.
the criminals have guns.
Yes.
It's just made it so much worse.
Exactly. So even if
But-
guns were banned in the entire U.S., they'd still find their way in. Think about that.
Yeah, but think about all those school shootings, for example. I mean, didn't
If you actually look at the backgrounds of the people that did that, they were actually mentally ill in some way, shape, or form, and the guns weren't belonging to them; they were belonging to a family member, or they got it off the street.
but because they have so easily access to these guns.
That's also
Didn't Australia had suddenly implemented gun control in the country, and crime rate in these instances has dropped dramatically? Of course, there's still gonna be.
It's always going to drop dramatically in the first year. Then it's going to raise steadily as people start finding the dealers, and there's a market for it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
there's
mean, our
always a
borders
market
are
for
wide
it.
open, so there's
And
drugs
Australia's
by
too
the
fucking big.
thousands. Oh yeah, there's
You
drugs by the
cannot
thousands
regulate
coming
guns
across
in
our
Australia.
border.
I'll say that it's just needless legislation for Australia because you got the fucking outback that nobody ever pays attention to, and that's where people are going to get their guns from. There's going to be their black markets in the outback.
But doesn't in Canada you can buy their guns as well, can you?
Yes,
Like-
you can buy guns in Canada.
But they
there's-
don't have such a high crime rate.
No, because there's very strict regulations. Like, if you want to have a handgun, for instance, you actually need to get a very special license to get a handgun, and you need to tell the police when you're going to be using it. So, like, if I want to go to the shooting range with my handgun, I got to call the cops, say, hey, I'm Mike Caligaris, I'm going to be going from here to here, I'm going to be back at my house by about 5 o'clock. If I'm found anywhere else between point A and point B, I'm, like, instantly arrested, and my guns are taken and everything else. If you get caught with a handgun, period, without a restricted firearms license, you're immediately thrown in jail. There's no ands, ifs, or buts.
Exactly. Yeah.
They do have rental ones. The West Edmonton Mall actually has one of the
Orbital
biggest
flight
rental
engaged.
shooting ranges that are out there.
But that's not the point.
Orbital flight engaged.
I think guns should be allowed to be at home because if someone breaks in, you better be damn ready to shoot them.
No, because more people kill family members than they do burglars. That's total bullshit. 100% bullshit. Handguns, I 100% agree. There is no reason for anybody to really own a handgun. Hunting rifle, it's a hunting rifle. There is a lot of hunters.
There's not really any such
No,
thing called a hunting
When
range.
you go hunting, you take your gun out into the middle of fucking nowhere woods, crown land, and you're hunting on
Orbital
there.
flight engaged.
Oh, I can kill people with a piece of paper if I wanted to.
Yes, I am going to be traveling with a gun, but that gun must have an actual trigger lock on it. It must be inside a locked gun case, and the ammunition must be stored in a totally separate locked thing with a different key than the gun or the gun lock.
But if you was to abuse it, it would be
Oh, yeah.
so easy to overrule all of that, and before you know it, you've shot 50 people.
Yeah, but the whole
Yeah.
thing is if you get caught at all with any of those things breached, you lose your guns, you lose your car, you lose your house, you lose everything. Like,
Yep.
they will take
But-
everything.
But
Yep.
if you at that point already have decided to kill a lot of people,
Exactly. Yeah.
why would you care then?
And
Bit
besides,
late
if you
then,
take the guns
yeah.
away, people are just going to find other ways to do it.
Well, no, and like, I'm not saying that Canada doesn't have mass shootings. We absolutely
No.
have had some over history, but generally speaking, they're few and far between.
I think, it's gonna take over time now. You live in this country where people are used to
Orbital
be
flight
able to
engaged.
have guns, but maybe in a couple generations this sort of fades away and people find it. I mean, I find it really strange to live in a house with a gun.
I would find it very
I
odd.
honestly, I
yes.
take comfort in it.
But isn't that sad?
That's
But
yeah,
isn't
it's
it sad
terrifying.
that you feel like you need to have a gun in the house to feel
But
safe?
the problem is I don't trust my own government. I can't.
Yeah.
America's so fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it the
But-
Second Amendment that gives you the right to bear arms?
It does.
The
It
Second
does exactly.
Amendment, yes.
And they want to overrule that.
Yeah, exactly. When your front-loaded musket took about 4 minutes to load, it's
Hold on.
not like now with a semi-automatic rifle.
You want some
Oh,
tea?
I've
All
just
right,
popped
but
two
the whole point
caps.
was that
Yeah.
the whole point of the Second Amendment was that you would be like, if the people needed to overthrow the government, they could.
Yeah, but how is that a safe environment?
Well,
Get the hell out of that country.
if there needs to be a revolution, the Second Amendment's there to say, so be it, basically, because
Because you wouldn't want to go through democratic process to fucking actually make change.
well,
There
if you
are
look at it
ways
right
to
now, the
overthrow
democratic
government
process is
without
fucking
guns.
corrupt.
There are ways to do that. There are actual channels that you can go through to overthrow corrupt governments. All that exists in place to protect people to begin with. You don't need a firearm to make that happen. I wish
And,
Dietz was here
the
because he
U.S.
could
is
tell
one
you
of
what
the U.S.
regulations.
government's one of the most corrupt governments.
Well, then start
of
trying
right
to
now.
press for that legislation to get it through to fucking overthrow it.
Yeah, but the problem with the American populace is that they're so blind.
Well,
It's-
again,
it's
it's the same the
generally
world
lacking
over.
education,
The
I
same the
feel.
world over.
I mean,
that
you
comes
can
right
see
back down to mood.
in the parts, bigger cities where people are generally more educated and stuff like that, they're more sensible about these things. But you guys have or the Americans' government system of voting as well, that makes also no sense. Like every state, wins, has their voters, but if you would just go by the whole population of the US, they would all vote for the good guys, which, I mean, it's also another question if you even have good guys there.
An old Chinese proverb states, stand for something or you will fall for anything. And I think most countries at the moment are now going through a tipping point where they're being fed so much nonsense that they're becoming so kicking their heels in, and they are saying the old ways are the best.
The old ways are the
Is
fucking
that-
best.
And
But-
you can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that, the old ways.
But if
But
we
on the
stick
flip
to
side,
always,
there's got to be a balance. There's got to be a
But-
balance.
how can you evolve and become better if you stick with the old ways?
Well, not to mention most democratic processes that are currently employed right now weren't really designed to be used for more than 1 million people. It gets really, really out of control. You can't get
Indeed,
good statistics.
exactly.
So when you've got something like the United States, for instance, that has 300 million people, that's not an easy thing to control, and that's why something like the Bush election, where they were able to put through, I can't even remember what it was like 10,000 votes in Florida of people that were dead. It was a total dead registered voters
We
list.
have the same thing over here. Yes, mystery people that just, turn up on the day, but have not been around for decades. Yes, that's worrying.
See, I like
And
the
what's
way
more worrying is that they send out the same people to monitor the elections in other countries just to give it that
User
rubber stamp
joined your
of
channel.
approval.
Well, I know in Canada, in order for you to actually vote, you need to A, file your taxes every year. You can miss, I think, 2
Orbital
years
flight
before you get
engaged.
taken off the voters list. And with that, you actually need, like, you get a election card certificate thing that you need to fill out, mail back, and then they send you your actual voting card. So there's a very limited number of them that go out, and it would be kind of a hard thing since it's matched off your social insurance number and income tax.
Orbital flight engaged.
The one thing that I despise of modern times is the postal vote. I think that should be abolished immediately. I do not agree with it whatsoever. I
What do you
don't
mean?
like the
The
way
what
certain
vote?
groups can turn up at a certain, for example, a certain religious gathering point with their one person, one ticket, one vote, and then being cajoled into going a certain way. Well, you must have read the headlines last year where certain sections of society over here have all of a sudden gone in a completely different direction. No, just before. I think it was a day before or 2 days before. The population turned up with their voting cards, went down to their local religious gathering centre, and professed complete ignorance to what was going on, and then somebody took the burden off of them.
That should not be illegal.
Well, indeed. Yep. So all proxy voting, postal voting, anything that's not done by physically walking into that booth
Well, for
yourself
me, it's
in
different because
person.
Prove it, you
I'm in Singapore. I can't just walk. It's $1,000 for me to fly over and cast my vote. It's
Can't you do
cheaper
it
to
at the
do it.
embassy?
Yeah, see, now that is an
I don't
exception.
even know if I
You're
can do it at my embassy.
overseas, and I
I
should
don't
also
think so.
say that if you're infirm, elderly, you're in hospital or whatever, you can't quite do it. The numbers will be in the thousands, not in the tens or hundreds of thousands. That's when it becomes disturbing, and when it becomes legal and the precedent has been set that that's the way we should be going, there's no need anymore to have missing ballot boxes because you can swing a vote through another channel, and it's not right. Because there's always going to be a margin of error of manipulation. Somebody swaps this box for that box.
There was actually something, this was actually about a decade ago now in the Canadian elections. After the votes were tallied, I think it was the last time the Tories were really in power. But it actually came out that they actually had some kind of a hacker cell that went in and changed the numbers of the votes. So
Yeah.
as it was actually being transmitted to the main center, they were going in and actively changing the numbers to the data that was going in.
We had a case last year where the UKIP boats, and the boxes suddenly disappeared for several hours. Nobody knew where they went. But they came back, and the margin was very narrow. Very narrow. Well, again, I mean, if we had a proper, was it proportional representation, then there would be no qualms. But because we've got first past the post, all you've got to do is beat your candidate by one vote. So if you swing it enough, you're in. And you haven't got to worry about the opposition at all for the next 5 years. Absolutely shocking. I mean, I don't ever want to put my tinfoil hat on, but I
Might as
do
well.
think something's cocked. I think something's not quite right with the way things are going.
I can't deny that.
Well, do you know, the one thing I resent is the fact, where's the British backbone gone?
It's gone down the drain.
Well, exactly. It's been flushed away. It's been diluted. It's been eroded. You look at the
Britain-
French. You know, the French are there. They're out there, and they strike at the drop of a hat, and they will voice the concern to the government, and the government will sit up and listen to the populace.
The
But in
Brits used to
Britain,
be
the government think, oh, what
the
the
most
fuck?
powerful
Oh, the
nation in the
plebs
world,
are
and
getting
now
on
they've
their
been
high
reduced
horse
to
again.
poultry.
Yeah, you
Um,
know.
uh, I'm a huge fan of Ed Izzard. I don't know if you know him.
Oh,
But he's-
yes, indeed.
He's gonna run, I think, for government in 2020 or something.
Well, again, I'm not in favour of these lovies.
I mean, you can tell from the kind of humor and jokes he makes. He's a very sensible guy.
Indeed, they all are. But I think stick to one profession or do another. Don't try and mingle the two. Well, of course, they've all come from Oxbridge with the PPE. They're absolutely all dreadful. They haven't got a clue what real world's about. Well, again, that was the meritocracy of ages gone by. If you looked at the MPs at the Second World War, most of them were from the ground up. You know, you had like lovely miners from the north of Wales that had actually been down, grafted. Exactly, yeah. But now it's from a life of privilege, and you see life from the ivory tower, and they've got no idea what it's like. The only fact that we're speaking about this is because their jobs are being affected by what's happening. It's no longer the shelf stacker or someone doing a night shift at the NHS. It's the mainstream that's under attack. That's why it's all happening. And it is disturbing. Exactly. But how many people have been brought up to realise that we are the little people, we are the little guys, and it doesn't matter who we vote for, we're all going to end up being shafted.
Yep.
No, that's pretty much American schooling right there.
Yeah, exactly. Same over here, because we're only 10 years behind you guys. Comes over here, 10 years. It used to be 20 years when I was young, but it's becoming ever so, we're almost in your shadow. Yeah.
Well, people are stupid and greedy. They're just general fuckers in general.
What I think is really funny, I worked for the city here for a bunch of years, and people were continuously putting insurance claims in against the city. It's like, if you win, what do you think happens? Everybody's taxes go up. Congratulations, you're an asshole. Like, where do you
But
think
that is
money
what the
comes from?
society we're in, though. It's the me society. It's I. It's
Ooh,
not
yes.
what I am going to do for society, whatever your Kennedy bloke said. It's me. Country.
Hey
And
guys,
that,
I just found a.
as long as that society is breaking down, there's no hope for Western civilization. It's backpedaling so fast, it's in danger of
just-
disappearing up its own
Flight
arse.
assist on.
Is it me or is this nebula green?
I don't know, I
Transit
can't see out your
deployed.
cockpit window.
Uh,
No, I've just left waypoint 6. I'm a little bit slow.
ISO kicks. How high am I?
Not high enough. Hey.
Yeah, this nebula is green. Wow,
Okay.
cool nebula.
I'm hovering.
Is that the green crystal? I see
No,
on them.
no.
Not that one.
The green crystal's just
Flight
spectacular.
assist off. Flight assist off. Flight assist off.
Sal, you should actually come around to the other side of it.
Flight assist on.
That green crystal?
Yeah, I'm looking at the nebula that you're looking at right now, the EQNAIXAA-AH91.
I only see 4 ships landed here at the waypoint. Like, I don't see you.
Jump to the back side of it, like the opposite side you're on right now.
Okay.
I see 3 anacondas and an orange
Like
eye.
these are just old rocky bodies so far.
I don't see you.
Wait a minute. Ocean World.
You see me? Oh.
You know what? I have over 300 games in my Steam library. I feel I should play every single one and record every single one and put it on YouTube because why the fuck not?
Yep.
Oh no, that was like what's that chap from The Simpsons? Ha ha.
Nelson.
Nelson, that's the one.
Bloody fucking Nelson.
Oh, you weren't taking pleasure in another one's pain, were you?
I would never. I'm too
No.
sweet.
No, as a female, you're far too sensitive and sophisticated.
Exactly.
But I did notice you did do a ha-ha.
Simpsons are
I just like to look
overrated.
at the bright side of life.
That show's not really just trash.
No, we must be
It's-
nice. We're all on the same journey, all on the same path.
Not me.
Not you.
Well-
What are you doing?
Sal, you're in
Uh,
fucking deep space.
I am in fucking deep space. This is the definition of deep space.
But you're not a pirate there waiting to pick us off.
Don't worry, I've seen his fighting skills, even if he is trying to kill you, it's not gonna happen.
I don't even have guns on the ship. How am I supposed to shoot somebody without
Well, I've got no
guns?
guns, exactly, yeah, because I'm so stripped down to the bones. My anaconda is made out of tissue paper.
Well,
The hull is that thin.
I have
No
Trust me, I
shields,
brought-
and there you go. Oh.
Trust me when I say this. There is more beer than guns on this ship.
You mean rum, right? As a pirate.
Both. There's like rum, beer, brandy.
Did you see all the stuff you can pick up? Yeah.
I'll take my
Alright,
Long
bye,
Island
so I'm
iced
heading
teas.
around back. Does it look better from back, Ivan?
What?
Tell me, does it look better from the back?
It doesn't?
Does it?
I thought
Well,
it
give us a twirl, dear. Give us a twirl.
Bend over, Sal. Let me see how it looks like that.
Give it a good spread.
You look fabulous. You look fabulous.
Hey, you don't look
Fabulous.
fat.
Oh wow, you're right. It does look more impressive from there
What the
are
fuck?
barely any stars in this area. Wait.
You're far away. Hello.
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 Idiots.
You know
It's a
what?
very
I think we should play Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, that's fun. But I'm not sure that's my sixth sense of humor.
Oh, trust me, we've done worse. You want me to host a game?
Oh, really?
No, let's save that for tonight when everybody's drinking.
Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody
Bye,
pay me
Fed.
for
It
some
is
alcohol. Come
1
on.
a.m.
I got my wine cold, so.
Well, I guess I'll be the sober one of the group.
Sucks to be you.
Yep, fucking blows. I had to go and get drunk the other night, huh?
Oh, you drank all of that?
And I will regret
Yeah.
it tomorrow morning at spinning.
Tomorrow morning, what are you up to?
I have to spin. I have a spin class.
A spin class? What's one of those?
I sit on a bicycle and bike very fast.
Oh, right, so that's a spin. Right.
That is true.
I will regret it. I know.
Righty ho, so that's a spin. Right, spin
that's
on
it.
on a cycle. Right.
That's a problem for tomorrow, Jackie.
So pretend you're Izzy. I need to find that and save it. Wait, they came out with they came out with the second one. No way. There's a second Cards Against Humanity.
There's like 8 different Cards Against Humanity. The one that we were playing had like 7 different versions in it.
Ah. It's you guys were playing Pretend you're Iggy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I play. I normally play with like the PAX things, but eh. 2013 holiday shit. What?
It was just like a little bit of that. It was one about Santa Claus. Or Santa.
I think if we're gonna have deets tonight, we should put the science pack in.
Oh, for sure.
Piss him off. Oh my god.
Wait, can't.
But why do that though? Isn't he one of our fellow travelling companions?
Yeah, but he's fun to troll.
Yeah, we always fuck with him,
He doesn't mind it, he knows.
especially his cousin.
It's enough. Not
And
the
it's
cousin.
and his other cousin, and his other cousin, and his other cousin, and his other cousin, and his other cousin.
See, I
Is
almost
that
And
wondered
is
his
that
sister.
right in the hopper?
They have a
to do
Canadian
that?
pack.
I was gonna say the cousin a little bit far. He legitimately was pissed off about that. Yeah, at least
Yeah, but
unless he knows that we're just playing people.
Although I honestly don't know how he'll react to the science pack.
Well, I was going to say, wouldn't that cause resentment?
Nah.
It's
He's
deeds we're
got a
talking
whole
about.
host of other reasons to resent us. That one doesn't really add too much to the pile.
Score limit 69.
No, dude, score limit like 10.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying. I was looking at their max max amount of points, and of course they would have it on 69. I wonder if this is going to put us in the biggest, blackest dick server.
You had to choose.
Okay.
So what are we playing right now? What?
No.
I was gonna say, I've got 6,000 jumps to do in a week. I'm fucking playing Cards Against Humanity right now.
Let me distract you for a little bit.
No. Sal already did that last night for long enough.
We played Guild Wars 2 all day.
We did awesome. It was fucking spectacular.
Completely dominated the world against the world.
Just the two of you, or what?
No, there was Commander that was running. I was
But,
running the
yeah.
Axe doing thing. We took SM, that was fully fortified, and we fully fortified it ourselves. Took the entire...
And this was like with a
battleground.
group of like 20 or so people.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Taking SM with 10 people is fun. And my warrior now just has to become level 6, 76, and I can use 4 tombs of knowledge to level him to 80.
Nice.
So we can hop on tomorrow.
Landing gear retracted.
I can't believe anybody hated on that stack. That's quite odd. Now he's on the journey, isn't he? Yes, I have heard the name. Yeah.
Sucks that David Bowie died.
Well, perhaps he was stung by the hydraulics once, and somebody crashed a little bit close to him, and his ship went down.
User joined your channel.
Possibly
User
that's why
joined your
he's
channel.
against such a thing.
Hey.
You're back early.
But if you don't want to participate, just don't. But don't diss it or don't praise it if it's not your intention.
What's a small... Okay, what stars are small and red? Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, because I have to get within 2,000 light seconds to scan this one.
Oh, that would be a red dwarf. So give my regards to Lister and Crichton.
A brown dwarf.
Oh, that's slightly bigger than Jupiter, I understand.
As much as it's gonna pain me to say, I think I might strip out my City Skylines theme folder.
Why?
Oh, I don't understand what that means. What's that then? City Skylines.
It's a city builder on like a massive scale. I don't know, it's just, I need more RAM, and I don't have more RAM, and I have like over 1,000 assets.
That's not going to change your RAM.
What?
If you need more
Not
RAM,
gonna
you need to plug in more RAM.
It's not going to change.
No, I have 1,000 assets loading in into the game at once. And they stay loaded in, so it makes it run like shit. And it's Unity,
How
so
much?
there's that.
How much RAM do you have?
8 gigs.
That's
I need
alright.
like 32.
Well, it's still early. I mean, the pub's still open, so wait till kicking out time. We'll all be here. Mrs. Gamp, she'll be here.
Landing gear deployed.
Are you watching that by any chance?
France has banned supermarkets from wasting food. Good on them.
What is waypoint 8 by the way?
Botany Bay.
Oh. We were there, right?
I've been
Flight
there, yeah.
assist off. Flight assist
I
off.
think I was there as well.
Flight assist on.
There better be fucking stars here. I swear to God, I swear to God, I swear to God, I need my fix.
Flight assist on.
No,
Flight
there's no
assist
planets.
Flight
I
assist
thought you wanted
off.
stars.
Flight
No, I wanted to
assist
land on a
off.
planet, take a vista, but there might be no
Flight
planets
assist
in
off.
this.
Flight assist on.
I have a worrying question.
But
For example, every now and again you have to repair your life support system.
if it drops below 80, you're fucked.
Exactly. And so when you do it, your oxygen supply never seems to top up.
It doesn't, not until you go back to a station.
Oh, so my next question was going to be, where do I get the extra oxygen from?
You don't until you go back to a station.
Got to be at a station, right?
Yeah,
Right.
think that like you've got a scuba tank that's hooked up to your captain's chair that is that 7.5 minutes or whatever of oxygen. That
Right,
is
Channel switched. Channel switched.
I like penguins.
User joined your channel.
One more jump, then I gotta scoot off to have a Skype meeting with some colleagues of mine, and then I'll be back probably in the evening.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, it just feels like a giant setup.
So don't burn the channel down while I'm gone, and I'll see you
I'll
later.
try.
Good luck
We'll
with
try.
Rightos. You think that was slightly suspicious then?
Well, no,
No,
it's
I
just.
like that. Hello, by the way.
Why would they be coming to TeamSpeak, you know?
Wait, what's going on? I just joined.
I have no idea. I just went to.
Why would Kill be coming to TeamSpeak?
Olivia just came by.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's kind of odd. Like, never has he ever been here.
He's been
Still,
here
like-
once before.
He's been here a
Yeah,
couple
once-
times before.
Yeah, I think I
Maybe,
remember talking to him.
even if it was his first time, maybe he found out how much fun we have in this channel and he wanted to join.
It wasn't his
I know,
first
but
time,
it's
and he
just-
said that he usually prefers Discord, but he was looking for some FG guys and didn't find them. But apparently they don't use Discord, so he said he'll be using TeamSpeak as well, I guess.
Discord
Anyway.
is boring. Not as
User
fun as over here.
disconnected from your channel.
Honestly, I haven't even tried it, but from what I've heard, people don't really talk there. They just sit in the non-talk channel, so whatever.
No, they text all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point of TeamSpeak is so you don't have to do that.
So you talk.
Yeah.
So,
And so I can actually fly while I'm doing that, so I don't crash my ship because I was typing a reply.
Yep, exactly.
Anyway, that last jump is
I don't know.
complete, so I will catch you guys in a bit. Have fun.
Have a good one.
Okay, see
Take
ya.
care now.
User disconnected from your
The only
channel.
reason I say everything feels like a setup is just everybody's leaving the bubble. Like, not many people there. And from what I've seen coming through on the what's it called, forums and all that, there's Thargoid picture. There's a Thargoid in ship picture. I mean, and it's not concept art.
well, it's alien. Whether it's Thargoid or not, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm
You're
just
talking
kind of
about Emrys's post.
yeah.
Yeah, I looked at that and I would like to say it looks like an older version of the game. Because
I don't know. Still,
why would Frontier give him a picture?
the files are already in the game. Like literally, the Thargoid ships and factions are already in the.
Factions are in a game.
Mog
I don't
already
think
bl-
anyone's seen the ships.
Mog said there's already data files there everywhere for him.
I'm back.
Hi,
Hello,
back.
Astra.
Hello. Well, on a completely unrelated note, I found out you can use the ASP as a forklift to get an SRV out of a crater.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that post?
Yeah, that's excellent.
That was so amazing. I'm not sure where the forum post is. It was somewhere. I didn't.
Buried on the
bookmark
main
it.
the main Distant Worlds post, I think.
Yeah.
I received the Skype details. Someone asked for that, I remember. Sure. Well, at least the form thread where it was in, basically, I got.
Yeah, the funniest part about that though was the very end when my game crashed. Cause I guess the game just doesn't like an SRV riding on top of a flying ship.
I wouldn't say that. My game's been crashing ever since the last little patch. After
Okay.
after playing some time, it just does a hard crash on me.
Oh, okay. I can't take high-res screenshots anymore, so it just crashes straight to desktop for me as well.
Well, high-res screenshots, I mean, you don't need them. The normal ones are good enough.
I'm back.
Although they are nice to have. They just take up so much space on my hard drive, I just kind of stopped doing it.
I prefer that you get more detail out of them. I've already done a side-by-side comparison, and it's insanely obvious just how much detail you actually lose.
Yeah.
But now that, you know, I can't even take a fucking screenshot that's high res, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, like, the thing is I don't know exactly how it works, but I just know my monitor resolution isn't actually big enough to display the image at full quality unless I zoom in on a part of it. Which is when you
Yeah.
can see how detailed it is,
I
but
think the high reses are like 4 times bigger than the screen res.
yeah, unless you have like 4K
Yeah,
or something.
they're an
But
8K
even if you're at 4K,
picture.
it's still four times bigger than the screen res.
Oh, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how some people, you see the 16K pictures that some people get, that's how they get them.
Yeah. I need a better monitor, because I have a 27-inch one and then a 21-inch monitor, but the 27-inch one isn't as high quality. So, like, some of the darker parts, like, they just look black instead of seeing, you know, how you see, like, don't know how to describe it. Like, say there's, like, a nebula or something there.
I know what you're talking about. It doesn't have as good as a contrast as your 21-inch.
Yeah. Because I think they're both actually about the same price.
What is DSR? If I want to do that, I have to upgrade my PC. It's not that, it's something else.
I just don't even know if my monitor is good enough to do that, because I feel like that's where the limit would be. Oh.
Yeah, it renders 4K and scales down to your 1080p. It should make a better image because it can do better anti-aliasing and stuff that way.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good monitors are expensive. Let's see exactly how far away the next waypoint is.
I'm there at the moment. Waypoint 8
7 or
arrived.
7.
Do you have the like a direction, the system name or something?
Yeah, I
Waypoint
have.
8.
That's
Oh
Botany
no,
Bay,
waypoint
isn't
7.
it?
No, I mean waypoint 7. I'm just
Waypoint
leaving
8
waypoint
is Greer
6.
Fire LSL C23221.
Oh, you might be looking at something different. I'm looking at the latest announcement thread, and it's labeled as waypoint 7 because Planey was labeled as waypoint 0. Either way, Sugray, Fios.
All
Stellar
right.
Forge.
What's in a number?
Yeah, it's all the same place.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Gamma Trench.
But
Well, I'm just about to leave to go there.
the ah.
That was
I don't know.
that
No,
was
I'd
Astro echoing.
That's a lot of stars. Wow.
No, so on the map you can see New Bonton Bay, but that's not like the name of the system, or is it?
No, that's a name that they gave it to themselves.
So, but how do you know where it is then?
You just gotta wait until they release it.
Ah, but you guys said you already ate.
No, that's because he's counting Pliny as waypoint 1 instead of 0.
Ah.
Yeah, I do that. I don't start when I count on my fingers. I don't start at 0. I start at 1.
Yeah.
Means you're a non-programmer.
I
Yeah.
Anyone who's a programmer, they
Means I'm
start
a
at
human.
0.
you know, when I started my education as a software, no, not computer science, the first thing we get sort of basically already introduced. There are two type of programmers: ones that start at zeros and ones that start at 1.
And which one did they say was right?
Ones that start at 0,
Well,
of course.
I think the professor starts at 0, but I prefer 1. That makes more sense to me.
I'm with you.
Also, that demands less code in a sense. Because if you go from 0 to the end of the length of an array, then you still have to set the length minus 1, and makes no sense. So technically, it's less code.
I still have to learn the code. I mean, I know
It's
a
not that
tiny.
hard.
Yeah, I know a tiny bit, and I mean, there's Code Academy to learn Java, which is what my friends use, and they're starting a programming club at my school, so yeah, something I gotta do at some point.
I started with functional programming. Yay!
I started with DOS. Well, I started using DOS, and then I started moving up from there to like C#, C++, and all that.
I actually have some. Oh, sorry. Continue.
I was going
No,
to
you're
say,
good.
bear in mind how old I am. I started on BASIC.
I started on Basic as well, then Turbo Pascal.
Yeah, the lovely syntax error. Where the bloody hell's that come from? No, you don't know. It's there somewhere.
They were in color. You had black and white, or green, or
Yep.
amber. One of those two. Yeah.
You guys are so old.
We are.
Hey.
Not me.
I'm actually surprised no one here stated they started with punch cards.
Actually, I do.
Oh
actually.
god.
Yeah.
I had my physics teacher had that.
And then there's me, where I'm really surprised I even know what that is.
Fucking ones and zeros just based on a hole.
Yep. That's actually where
2B
the
pencil,
that's
filling
actually
out little blocks on a card.
yeah, that's actually where they get the term bug from. Because sometimes like a bug would fly in and completely screw up your code because it read it as not
Yeah, I can
read that there was no
understand
hole
that.
there.
Well, that's not the technical reason. The real reason why they got a bug. It was because there was a bug in a circuit that fried a vacuum tube.
Oh, okay.
The very first, it was a moth found in one of the military computers that did brute force decoding.
Oh, well, the
wow.
old Cafe Ray, the Cafe Ray machines.
CRT.
So I'm gonna have to find something to entertain myself with.
Oh, I usually watch YouTube when I'm doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy talking to you guys. I'm just wondering what I should do in the game. If anyone has any suggestions.
I was gonna say,
That's
how
fine.
stupid do you want to be at
That
this
doesn't
point?
really work for me, does it?
Oh, that sucks. Yeah,
No. I'm still at 100%. I'm trying to keep it that way.
Hey,
I'll make one touchdown then, I guess. But
That's cheating. You have to take some
Why?
risks. I mean,
What?
you didn't have a good time unless you don't get the bugle point with less than half of your hit points.
I have a
have
bottle
only
of
83.
wine. I have a good time.
I'm at 95%.
Yeah, I'm at
and
95 right
Oh,
now.
I found an Earthlight.
Oh,
Oh my
nice.
Hooray!
Yeah. Well,
And
I mean,
it's suitable for water-based life.
nice.
Yeah.
water-based. Oh,
I may or may not have been getting a little bit lazy with scanning systems.
Just buckyballing it.
Yep, because I just don't have the time because I keep falling behind, and it's like, well, gotta do 4,000 light years in one night.
That's
Have
not
like
too
2
hard.
hours
It's
to do
about
it.
4 hours.
that's
Oh,
so
I get.
easy.
Actually, I'm able to do that in like 2 hours, or 2.5 hours. I found.
You
Yeah,
can
that's true bucket balling then.
Biped can do 7,500 light years jumps in 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's crazy.
Not that hard. You have to have the right setup and just know what you're doing.
I think it really helps to have the top fuel scoop, because I can scoop my whole tank in like 15 seconds.
My husband, he just left in his cutter, and I think his jump range is about 24 or something. He did 1,500 light years in an hour.
Wow.
Oh gosh. That's gotta be a long run.
Yeah, let's see if he makes it.
I have faith. I'm sure he shall.
Wait for what you just put in the.
Yeah, but he
Let's
just
see.
bought XCon 2, so.
Oh, well, there goes all that time.
Yep.
I was supposed to stream that on release, but I didn't get the game.
Oh, I'm well chuffed.
But the study I'm doing, I just loving it. Like just all the kind of people, they have like LAN parties, and there's a hacker group and all kinds of super nerdy things.
That's pretty great.
It's like we have our own canteen basically, run by the students, and if you just go up there, that's where everyone sort of hangs out. It smells like a teenage boy room.
That's not good.
It's not. But it's just, I don't know, I'm just loving it.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
The hackers groups, I'm planning on joining them once I get myself familiar a bit more with Linux and stuff like that.
Don't wait for that. Just go. If
Yeah,
they're good
I mean,
hackers, they're not gonna care. They care
I
about
just
you wanting to
finished
learn.
half a year, so I mean, it's not much I can do yet. But
Doesn't matter.
They have a team that actually competes in sort of international things, and I think they got world second or something at some point.
Wow.
Like hacking, and they're called ponies. But they use
No,
that to
Nico
get
Dash
in.
would love that.
Can't believe we're making Nico out to be a brony even though he has no clue what they are.
It's great. He gets so mad about it too. It's hilarious.
I don't think that's a serious bad. I think he just realized that was a fun thing to do and he just keeps doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you're out of the bubble for a couple months, you have to do something to entertain yourself.
If you mention Dave Bowie, he will go nuts.
Oh yeah.
Where's Charles at? He's been offline for a long time.
Yeah,
he is. I don't know where Charles the lawyer went.
Yeah, I've been wondering where he's been. Because I remember before we actually started at the beginning, he was on like every day, all the time.
He was indeed, yes.
He did meet that young lady.
Hope he's okay.
Is
I
Yeah.
he
mean, it is
dating
New
against
York.
someone?
There's an advertising from Dota 2. Just like Battle Pass, level up by playing.
Wow.
Well, that is a new concept.
I'm at the landing site now, and there's a lot of people there.
Wow. Oh yeah, wait, did you see the thing that all current Horizons players are getting a golden ass skin?
Yep.
I'm just really...
We already got it, in fact.
Wait, it gets
It's
applied
already there.
automatically?
No, you have to go to the
No,
station.
you have to apply it.
You
That's
have to
why...
go
Just
to
a
the
fake
station,
job
it's
again.
already there.
Yeah, that's why I'm slightly annoyed because they added it after we all left.
So what you do is you land on a planet, drive your SRV around until you get the bug that makes it blow up. Send the support ticket, they send you back to the bubble, allow you to buy a new one, repair or whatever, apply the skin, and then they teleport you back out to deep space. And there you go, you have your gold ass.
Yeah.
Already.
I think we should start stacking.
No, don't carry on doing it. There's a load of killjoys that don't want us to do it. Oh,
I'm gonna say,
someone
as
could
long
get
as you guys
hurt.
understand
Wait.
the risk of doing it, go ahead and do it, who cares?
What's stacking?
No, I think we should find something unique every waypoint though.
Oh wait, is stacking the thing where you just put ships end on end in a
Yeah.
tower? That's funny.
And Biped has the escape pod bowling.
Yeah, he does. Like fucking volleyball, but with... Yes. We need to set up a volleyball court. Ships and SRVs.
It is.
I found a super blue-white supergiant star and it's 77 solar masses.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it's first discovered by someone else.
Oh, bugger. So near and yet so far.
And I'm down. Yeah. But a really bad landing. Well, no, I was trying to like, why can't I land? I suddenly realised there's an
Blackie
anaconda
doesn't you?
beneath me, so that's why I couldn't land.
My altimeter says I'm still 100 meters off the ground. I wonder why that is.
Yes, right.
I feel like I'm missing people at the waypoint.
Might be a problem with the instances. Might
There's
just
a
be
white
different
pipe
instances.
here.
Yeah, I see them all.
Yes. Yes, they are.
Wait,
Oh, yeah. That's
you
why
just
I
say you
decided
miss
I've
your
got to
big
park
one?
the right way. I felt guilty just dumping it in the middle of nowhere.
No, what you have to do, park your ship far enough away so you can use your thrusters, and then jump over all of them. Have someone film it. You're suddenly Evil Knievel of Elite.
This is rather nice here, isn't it? Sort of ginger.
Oh, are you streaming through YouTube? I don't know what I think of the YouTube streaming.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. I've never wait.
So it's fun looking down on people landing and trying to do stuff when they mess up, especially.
Oh, you're not mocking the afflicted, are you?
No. I'm just judging silently from above.
Kamikaze trolling.
Righty hoes. Right. Yeah.
Got Black Netto, Erin.
I just heard what I
Bloomberg.
sound like. Oh, sorry. I just heard what I sound like because I forgot to mute the YouTube stream. Now I was really confused at what was going on because everything was looping.
Who's that sexy bloke in the background there?
I was going to say, were you pleasantly surprised?
No, I was horrified.
I hate how I sound.
I just don't like hearing my voice on recording.
I think I sound terrible.
Also,
no, you sound good, Astro.
You sound sweet. Yes.
Are you Icelandic,
Yeah.
Astro?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
You're Scandinavian, though.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I live in Denmark, but I grew up in Holland, but I was born in Germany, so
all right.
I don't really have a sense of nationality, really. I feel. I don't feel German. I don't really feel Dutch. I don't feel
civic
Danish. I just lived here for 6 years.
I used to do a lot of work in Denmark, Copenhagen.
Yeah, I'm living in Copenhagen.
Me? The farthest
Beautiful city. Beautiful city. I used to work for the Danish Bacon Company. Wonderful, wonderful products.
Yeah, I need to go over to Europe at some point. Just take a vacation over there.
Oh, get your multi-visa pass, go everywhere, do the southern to the north to the east and the west, experience every country going.
Actually, yeah, my friend and I think by like senior year, plan on taking just over the summer like a trip to Europe.
I
Get the
think as
rail
a
card.
yeah, railroad card through Europe.
Yeah,
right?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Interrail Europe.
Yeah.
The only way to see it, work out your routes, pick the longest distance cities, and find the overnight train, and boom, there's your accommodation sorted. Go to sleep in one country, wake up in another.
Yeah.
My friend would probably know where to go because he just knows so much about history. Like he's a super history buff. So
I used to do a lot of sailing in Denmark. I used to sail from Friedrichshafen down to Kiel in Germany. So that was...
My sister-in-law, she just sailed around the world.
Wow.
From started in California and then crossing that ocean. I don't remember which one. And towards
Pacific?
Pacific.
Yeah. Sorry.
That one, the really big one.
large one, the large blue one. Right, yeah,
Not
yeah,
the
right,
small one, but no. And then like crossing that ocean and towards Australia, and then you have all the French Polynesian and stuff, all those small islands they stopped on, and then past there, go over Australia, and then cross the sea again towards Africa, and going around, and then back to France.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
That sounds awesome. I mean, I've been recently getting into sailing. The most sailing I've done though is in those little dinghies. Like, do you know what an FJ is?
No.
It's like a two-person little dinghy. That's what my school actually has a sailing team, so we race in those. So much fun, even though I know almost nothing. My friend's the one that knows all of the stuff about sailing. I just kind of listen to what he tells me to do.
And do you take it out below low tide?
Yeah, well, we sail in the bay, so like, we go onto the little dock, which is usually deep enough to launch, then go out into the deeper part. Then you put the centerboard down. So it doesn't get stuck in the mud. Someone went really fast. Someone really wanted that skin.
Well, I can confirm that Astro has landed.
Without any shields?
No. Oh no. I'm still judging.
Oh, I think it was...
All right,
take
you're
it
here,
careful. Take it careful.
I'm not landing.
Yeah, I think it was Kestrel or... It was one of the two people I was with that was in the ASP. Didn't have shields, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna buckyball back and go get shields.
I thought about it long and hard.
I mean, if you just get 3D, that's good enough for bump protection.
It's not the money issue. I have plenty of money.
No, not for money. I mean, 3D is the lightest you can really get.
For the weight.
And I still have 33 light year jump range, so I just need a
Just
few
enjoy
level
the show.
1 jumps.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
jump boosts.
User
My
joined
Yeah,
your
point
channel.
was that
that's
they are
one
going
thing
to
I
get
was going to ask tonight.
actual
some
lake
fireworks.
and I'm just for like changing the HUD color, but like there's two colors here, and I can't decide which one. It's like, do I want blue and pink?
Yes, man, and
Or
all the
do I
chips
want
are
blue,
like
white,
a
or do I
line.
want it's like dark blue and pink, or turquoise, white and pink?
Yeah, you should land
I'm
a
just
little
sitting
bit
there,
more on top.
I'm just sitting there
more
flicking
like
it back and forth, trying to figure out.
You want red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue? What sliders do I do?
I don't know. I'm just saying that because I'm American, so it's
yeah,
my natural duty to do
I'll
that.
try and connect
But-
you in this green one, but I don't think I can.
Wait.
Ah, yes.
I'll
6
find a
white
nice
stripes,
parking spot for
7
you
red
next to
ones,
my
and a
chip,
hell of a lot of
and
stars.
I'll help you land there.
A fuck ton of stars, yep.
You want to know what's surprising? Is like you probably know more about our flag than most Americans do.
Yeah.
Well, I
Including
must
the number
admit,
of
I
stripes.
do watch and learn from a lot of your
You're
cartoons
gonna be between
that
Greenberg
come
and
over
me.
to England. Notably, The Simpsons, Family Guy, and American Dad. very educational. Very educational.
And King of the Hill. Don't forget King of the Hill.
Oh God, no, that's
Oh, you
consigned to
probably
the
don't
dustbin.
see it though. Wait.
Who watches that? Who watches?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, I'm cheap. I admit. I'm shallow.
Well, no,
I mean,
not so much shallow, but no, you found something in it that's worth watching. So
It's pure, so I love it.
I'm a huge
to
fan
me, it
of
was not
Futurama.
cartoon. It was too lifelike.
Yeah,
Like,
you're gonna
everyone
be
looked
careful there.
real.
Futurama's good, yeah.
That good?
Yeah, that's
Although
good enough,
I mean,
man.
I don't watch any of these that
No
much
shields
because I
attached?
just kind of haven't watched TV for
A
the
little.
longest time.
But,
Oh,
it's
you
okay.
Someone
should.
exploded?
They
Cool,
should.
we're good.
They're very
I
educational.
don't mean mine hit the ground. but
All of
I
them.
haven't hit anybody
All
else's
of them
shit.
are. I mean,
Yeah, I
I
spent-
learned
Oh,
about
I just
Edgar
saw your
Allan Poe through The
shields.
Simpsons, and
Okay,
we
then
learned
those
all
are
of
mine
his
hitting the ground, so
masterworks
we're
through
good.
it.
Cool. Right on.
Edgar
Well,
Allan
I'm in the
Poe.
line.
I spent
Yeah,
a
the
lot of time in
Telltale
the States
Heart.
working
Now
in
let
the
me
States.
see.
This is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad I decided to come.
And I used to love
Yeah,
watching
this is
Judge
cool.
Judy. I don't know why, but I used to.
God, I'm so
So do
barely
I.
hard.
I love. Well,
Oh my goodness, I'm so
I
close.
despise
I just wanted to
British
debug things.
trash
Greenberg's gonna
TV.
get back and look to
But
his
there was
right
something
and be like,
about
what
Judge
the fuck?
Judy that gave satisfaction to
Yeah.
an immediate query that needed an answer. If
She
you
used to
dish
belittle
it-
everyone that was there.
Yeah,
so-
I'm just glad you
exactly.
parked a little bit forward.
Exactly. I dare
Ooh,
say
I
that
kinda wanna go
she's from
fly
a
through some
Jewish
of these
background.
canyons.
Yes.
But there was instant satisfaction to the query.
No, keep
There was
flight
none of this
assist on.
drawn out. Oh, let's debate it some
You just gotta know where
furthermore.
you're
Oh,
fucking
let's go down to the
routed to. That's
boom.
all.
No, bang. There's your answer. There's your solution.
You can always
your
boost
problem
up and
is
away.
it's
That's my
because
thing.
of that.
Just
And
keep
it was
that, keep
spelled
enough
out
thrusters in
succinctly.
your engine to be able to
Yeah,
boost
she was
up
a
and
good
away.
judge of
That's all I do.
character.
Wonderful.
Anytime
Yeah,
I'm landing,
yeah.
anytime I'm doing anything close to the ground,
Oh
I
yeah,
keep
she
enough
didn't
in my
take. She
boosters to
didn't
go up.
suffer
and away.
fools gladly.
'Cause if you're gonna hit the
and,
ground, if you
oh,
see
she
that warning,
dispensed
like, hey, you're coming,
justice.
you're gonna hit. All you do is boost away. You're fine.
Yeah,
Well
those
worth
happen.
a watch.
And punch away.
No,
I just
I
posted
did
the
4
picture in
pits.
general.
Yeah,
Race?
see, that looks great. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's like a load of ants, isn't it?
What? You have an overlay for Discord?
Racing on 7.07G planets is
Oh, it's
really
beta. You have to get the
difficult.
beta version.
It is. Whereas there's a big canyon behind
So,
us.
what?
Canyon jumping might be a
Fucking
good
dies
game.
all the time.
It's actually been pretty stable once in a while. If it does go down, you can tell
I
right
must say, I
away.
get a nice
Like
experience
yeah,
watching
before it.
live stream.
But I've been using the
Feel
beta.
of how driving on a buggy.
Seems
Yeah,
It's
it
like
looks
I don't
good.
need to.
Does
go
it give you
back to
icons for
one
when people
myself.
are talking?
Yeah, just
What
go
are
to
you-
full screen
Yeah,
and you'll be like,
yeah. So
That's
flying piloting.
That's what
yeah,
I
you see the
Yep.
Exactly.
if you see in that
What are you
screenshot,
Not
using
like
risky.
you
to?
can see
so
your name
under
in the
the
corner
Discord.
actually.
What are
Okay,
you using
okay.
to pan
Right
the
on.
camera around?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right below. I got dual screen, so
Like, Because
I see
I
I
don't
have
know,
it
I
open full
just
screen on the other monitor,
have,
so I
well,
can
with
see
my
everything.
joystick and my setup, I can't
You're down
really
to one.
look
It-
around
it's
while I'm
cool.
driving that
That's
easily.
nice.
You
Maybe
have
track
I'm
AR
in his screenshot.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
What I use when I'm in the
Ooh, I
SRB.
might have to go help Absolute PK out with some
I wish there was a way to
prospecting.
make your ship look
I'm
more
just so glad we
unique.
finished that big
And
system
like
back
there's
at waypoint 6.
so little
That
amount
was fucking
choosing
fun,
from
man. That was a
paint
blast.
jobs and could be some cool
68
rare
landinables and we scanned
Are
them
you
all.
looking to
Hey, what's
pimp
up, Black
your
Nina?
ride?
Hey, how are you?
That's what engineers are for.
Good.
Is that what you
Just
want
landed
him
at
to
waypoint
do?
7. Bunch of us out here.
I know you're two ships away from me.
Oh, hey.
Magneto!
Yeah, I'm right on the other side of Greenberg.
But
Nice.
that's the only
So it's
problem.
Magneto,
Only you can see it.
Greenberg, Hydragox,
Welcome
and
to
me.
Elite Dangerous, and this
In that
is
lineup.
my ship.
Pink everywhere, I know.
Just hot pink over the whole thing.
The what is it called? Pussy Magan or something. What was it
Oh,
called?
see,
again?
well, whereas I am more concerned about boosting the shields or increasing thruster range,
No, no.
increasing fire range. You know, I don't
It
care about
has
the
to look pretty.
aesthetics. You know.
I want pink. I want a pink ship. Bright pink.
Yes, but what thruster range has it got? What
I don't
firepower?
care as long as it's bright pink.
Pink. Well, you know, let's get priorities right. Yes, absolutely. Yep,
I want to have a
I
Hello
mean,
Kitty.
like, you don't need to move anywhere from a station if everyone is gonna see your pink ship at the station. I mean, who needs thrusters on that?
Yeah.
Well, it's all very well, but it's not going to.
Actually, I'd like a Mondrian design on mine. That'd be really good.
Say, for example, you get yourself into a bit of PvP action with a few pirates. Are they going to think, oh, it's pink, let's
Anyone
back
found
off?
any interesting systems at Waypoint 7? Oh, I like this list.
Bloody hell. One rule, do not go under an anaconda just as it's taking off. Yeah, that's right.
I'm still hoping to find polonium on this journey. Haven't found any as yet.
Yeah, look at. I dug up loads before
Oh
I
my
left.
god, I've
so.
gone down to every polonium
Oh, cool.
planet going, but I haven't managed it yet.
Oh, I said near Waypoint 7. One of those is like way past the core. Isn't it, E-Award? And then one of those is even further. Okay, let me try Blithal. No, the Greyfields Forge. No.
Waypoint 8, which is where we are, I think.
I'm next. I'm next to waypoints. No, I'm like right. I'm right. I'm right next to like the waypoint. I'm one system across from the waypoint. Greyfield OG.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
What does that do exactly? That just shows me a random system. If only that wasn't putting me. Shouldn't have put me 1,000 light years away. No thanks. Yeah, it's showing me. There's one that's a bit below actually. It's like 200 light years.
It is. And my rear legs are hovering above the ground.
User left your channel.
Yeah, the gravity's weak enough, the front clamps can do enough work.
Yeah, it was good, yeah.
I see I'm far enough in that I now need to pull out the algorithm to find get a jump range. Way in the light, of course.
In Denmark, you have a museum that has an exhibition. It's a room full of mirrors, like everywhere. You can stand in there, and there's like lights everywhere, and it's completely dark. It's a picture of me in that room, and just looks like you're standing in the middle of the galaxy. It's just so amazing.
That's what I was gonna say. It looks a lot like the League Galaxy map in densely populated areas where there's a lot of stars. That would be an interesting way to plot a route in VR.
Yeah.
Haven't. Oh, I know
It
what that is
jumps
though.
out the television. No, I've never seen that one. No.
I'm not a very fond person of horror movies, so.
So you're saying I look like that girl, or?
Oh, have you got your real face pick up? Oh, let's have a look at your real face pick.
It's not a real face pic. It's a silhouette.
Aha, well, we can still get a feel for your real life. Yeah.
Yes, right. Easy Tiger.
It's not much you can see.
Well, it's always nice to know who you're chatting to.
Yeah. Well, I
Where's your picture?
But
My picture's on my my Facebook. Not my Facebook. My screen thing. Yeah.
Really?
On
It
my
doesn't. I don't
TeamSpeak
think.
name.
I don't think that matches with your voice. I don't know why.
It's a composite shot.
Yeah, but I get it, but it's just more like, I don't know, somehow I imagine you black. I don't know why. But then that's so funny. Like, you know, you hear these people and how they talk and stuff like that, and you get some sort of impression of who they are. And I feel like often, if you then see a picture of the person, that completely ruins the image you have of them.
That's
No,
because
you're completely correct.
That's
I
because
used to
he's
work
kinda sound like this
at
guy.
American Express years ago, and I was chatting to all sorts of people from all over the world, and every 3 months you used to meet up, and the person that you spoke to at the end of the phone, and when they used to turn up, you're thinking, that's not the person I know when this person comes up to you. Very
I used to have that. I used to speak to someone. Eventually, they came up and she said, "You sound a lot younger on the phone."
A lot younger? Oh well, that's charming. That's
I know.
charming. Yeah.
It's just I don't know. I tend to I don't know. I don't want to be like that, but then somehow you become judgmental once you see the person in picture, and I dislike that of myself, of feeling that way. Like, I've already seen some pictures of some people here, and then suddenly I judge them, and I don't want to do that.
But you've done it already by voice. You've already judged and you've weighed up the voice. It's
I
no
know, I saw.
different than looking at the face.
I was watching a bit of it, yeah. But the good news is that England beat Scotland in the rugby, so.
So at the end of the day, whether we were doing it by ear, by eye, by nose, we're all judging everybody that crosses our path.
But I don't know, I guess I find it a bit, superficial to judge someone by their looks.
But can you say the same by listening to their voice? Isn't that the same kind of judgmental?
People do that all the time on Tinder. Though.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh,
I'm not
Tinder.
into Tinder and stuff like
this
that.
is where you send in your saucy photos, isn't it?
I don't know, I guess you don't really have like a sexy, I don't know, maybe you do. But, when it's just a voice, you judge them more on what they're saying than on, you know, how they look.
Or how they
But
sound.
isn't that the same sort of thing that's gonna throw you out? Because somebody maybe of a certain area, a geographical position, which sounds more pleasing to the ear, rather than going to the gym, which is more pleasing to the eye. Either way, you're gonna get buggered, because you're not gonna get the full impact.
ISO kicks, you know, you can save fuel and stuff. You can turn off wave scanner and shield and everything else.
Yeah, if you turn off like the shield and cargo scoop and scan.
Because shield only helps you.
I would not advise
It only
turning
helps
off
you
your-
against fire.
Oh wait, shield. Oh, it's also. Oh yeah. No, actually, I was gonna say I wouldn't advise. Yeah, no, you're probably fine turning off your shield actually, because it doesn't even block you from damage on like impact damage.
Yeah, I was.
Modules.
Just turn off everything you don't need, and you'll see your fuel consumption will drop.
You don't need that unless you're shooting something like Imperials. So if you really want to save fuel, you could turn everything off except for necessities and the wave scanner. Then when you actually come across a material, you turn on the cargo scoop and fuel repeater and shoot it. Although, I don't really do that much just because I'm lazy and I get enough materials to refuel enough. So it usually isn't an issue.
Yeah, that's sensors.
Yeah, sensors you can keep on.
It's pretty nice and quiet without the wave scanner though.
Yeah, I think goes doolally.
Well, I mean, I love the screaming sound because that usually means you found something valuable. Especially once the two lines in the screaming sound.
Game's just
I'm starting to second
Yeah,
guess.
no, that AAA trick doesn't work. I found the most boring system in the world. I just traveled 200 light years for the most boring system I've ever seen.
The what trick?
Typing in the name of the region you're in plus AA-A space H and then just doing the search again and again doesn't work.
Oh. Now this is just getting
User joined your channel.
Like, oh, the first system in an area to be generated is gonna have the most interesting stuff. Then probably 4. Oh yeah, you can. Same enough. I just have
guys?
2. Hello.
I left
have
with
4.
2. Hey, Isokicks, I left with 2 SRVs and I still got 2. So I haven't lost any. Yeah. I just love doing this kind of stuff, walls and flips and stuff. But I always boost my strength on the SRV just in case, and that helps a lot. And if you land with the front wheels when you're doing jumps and stuff, that also helps. Yeah, with the materials, yeah. I usually go for standard or premium.
I thought those didn't work.
Yeah, it does.
I just use the basic though, because I mean, it costs almost nothing, so I can just constantly repair.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of people that explode on instantly, like from 100% to 0.
I send you a link, John.
Oh, I shall have a little look. Thank you.
Ooh.
I'm a little bit behind, but I will do this. Right, there we go.
Wait, why are we all in the bitching room and not the free candy channel?
So now I came on, everyone's in the bitching room, so I joined the bitching room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Bless you. There you go. You do have long hair. That's what I was thinking. Oh, bless. Oh, that's good. So now I know who I'm talking to.
Does
Wonderful.
my voice sound matches with the picture?
Yes, it does.
Really?
Yes. Well, even looking at or listening to you, I suspected you had long hair. You sounded like a
such a
long-haired
tart.
lady.
Ladies, I'm
He
so
is, he's
old.
as smooth as butter.
Oh, because you certainly know when you when you speak
DP
to a
John is a ladies'
short-haired
man over here.
later. Yeah. Oh no, you certainly know when you speak to a short-haired lady. There's no charm. There's no sophistication. Yeah, I'm very, very suspicious of short-haired ladies. Sometimes they try to out-men the men.
What are you saying, John? Spit it out, man.
Well, short-haired ladies aren't to be trusted.
Why is that, John?
Well, coming from Brighton, where there's a huge proportion of...
Go on, spit it out. Lesbian population, that's what you want to say.
Yeah, you tend to think ladies in dungarees don't mix, don't trust.
I don't know what a dungaree is. Is that like some Australian outback thing? Is it like
No, it's
Dundee?
like a full suit. It's like a work suit where you have the straps over the top, like the hillbillies wear. They are dungarees. It's an Indian term.
Wait, are you talking about like overalls?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, overalls.
And then wearing like a lovely flowery, flowing skirt is a crime.
You're so sexist.
No. I'm neither here nor there. It's just my observation over the years, where some ladies have been beaten for their femininity because they're not too macho enough. And it's always with the ladies with the short hair that are the ones who are the instigators.
Like Claire Short.
Well, closely cropped, not free-flowing, like Astra's. As I say, it's just an observation. Just an observation.
No, you may have something.
Again, I could be completely bit misogynistic in my views. I doubt it, but you know,
No,
I'm
I doubt it as well.
welcome to be welcome to be called out on it. Yeah.
I feel like DP John is stuck in the Fallout universe.
Yes. Got a pet dog as well, so.
Where everything is stuck in the 50s.
No, not at all. No. As I say, we live in Brighton. It's very, very modern. But at the same
Modern is one
time,
way
the
of putting it,
modern
John.
must encompass all lifestyles, all ways of living, and there's bound to be that clash. Usually, it's those that shrill the loudest gets the winning voice.
Shrill the loudest. Oh, jeez.
I just saw the stacking.
It's good, isn't it?
Wow.
What did I do? That's true, it was my idea.
And then there, of course, people were complaining about it because apparently they can control our lives.
Screw those people.
Why would they complain about you risking
they're
your
jealous.
own ship?
Jealous, pretty much.
They
Yeah.
can't understand gravity. They thought if one falls off the top, it could damage the one at the bottom. Not really.
Because when our stabilizers are going full force, because we are kind of just floating there.
Exactly.
They don't understand gravity. They didn't understand the gravity of the situation. All you guys are like 9,000 light years away from me.
Whoops! Overshot my planet. I'm just so happy I'm in the Camsel group.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get there by
it's still
tonight.
early. It's still early.
I'm going to look at that other nebula. That's where I'm going.
Is that the anvil?
Yes.
I'm in the core. Was, and then I left the core. Well, I'm still technically in the core, but I went like 2,500 light years above it. It's a pain in the ass.
What I want to do is I want to go to Sagittarius A, then go straight up as far as I can.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do as a group anyway, I think.
Oh. Then I'll go straight down as far as I can.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's all the same. When there's no gravity to tell you which way's down.
I'm starting to get pretty good at spotting out black holes in the realistic map. No, it's just the realistic map. You just see black dots, but it's really like Where's Waldo type of thing. But yeah, mainly the black holes are quite far away towards the center.
You just jumped around.
Just trying to find something interesting to explore. I'm getting a bit tired of it.
Well, keep going. Persevere. Persevere.
Waypoints are super boring.
Ooh.
But there's a
I
lot of
just found a
stuff
place
in
with two
between.
woodworks. There's a place here with 2 woodworks.
I know,
You know,
I've had 29 so far this trip. Yeah. Like faint, isn't it?
Oh, wonderful. The star's not screwed. Thanks.
Well, I'm absolutely chuffed tonight because I found my Earth-like. Yay! Absolutely.
Oh. Don't tell me you're welcome, Verity. You didn't do anything.
What was it? Last? No, not last night.
Oh,
No,
Verity
it
now,
was
Verity.
last night. I was exploring, discovering so many things. I was so excited, and I just dreamt about the dangers and that my ship crashed.
That's not what John dreams about.
No, absolutely. Oh, God. My dreams are a little bit more harsher than that.
Yeah. Dungarees and short hair.
Slightly worrying. Slightly worrying, yeah.